Hi, I'm Phyllis from southernfrugal.com. Today we're going to make some grits, and we realized that I think I did grits on a video with shrimp and grits. I don't remember, there's so many videos now. But anyway, I wanted to do one just on grits to show y'all how to cook them and to explain what they are. Now, I'm using Lakeside stone ground grits, and these are white grits. I prefer the white ones to the yellow ones, although the yellow ones are good. I really like white best. So what are grits? Grits are dried corn that's been ground up, and these particular grits come from a grist mill. Now, a grist mill was the way they ground up corn many, many years ago. Now, I think I might have mentioned this before in some of my stories. My great-grandfather built grist mills, and he built the one where my grandparents lived, and my grandfather ran that grist mill, but this was actually my grandmother's father, so it was on my mother's side, and my grandmother's side, I mean. But anyway, the corn, after it's dried, the people would bring their dried corn to the grist mill, and it's ground between two rocks, massive, I mean, I don't know, maybe 5 foot around, massive rocks. And the rocks have the bottom stone has little grooves in it, and as it turns back and forth, as the corn is ground up, it kind of goes out the little grooves and drops down. And then when it's sifted, and a lot of them have sifters under them, so the first sifting, or the finest part that would come through, would be cornmeal, like you make cornbread out of. But then the coarser part are grits, maybe, and they're gritty. Maybe that's why they call them grits, I don't know. But anyway, I want to show you on this black saucer what they look like up close. Y'all see that? They're hard as rocks, okay? So, southern grits. In the South, I don't know, they might have grits other places too, I'm not sure, but in the South, southern grits are just cooked in water. Now, some people like to get fancy and cook them in milk, which is fine, but just the old traditional way is cooking them in water. Now, I want to read the directions here. It says, and by the way, these come from North Carolina. So, stir Lakeside grits into a saucepan of rapidly boiling salted water. Cook and stir until boiling. Cover, reduce heat to low, and continue cooking for 9 to 12 minutes, stirring occasionally. Now, we cook ours a lot longer than 9 to 12 minutes because we like them really, really soft. Alright, so I'm going to use some Himalayan salt today. That's that pink Himalayan salt, the kind you get at Whole Foods Market. So I'll put about a half a teaspoon in there. I don't have a salt grinder anymore. I got really fed up with it and threw it away. So I can only use my salt, the hard rock salt, and stuff that's got boiling water. Alright, 2 cups of rapidly boiling water with the salt in there. We're going to add a half a cup of stone ground grits. We're just going to stir those around a little bit. You definitely want to salt the water, because if you wait till they're already done, you just can't ever get them salty enough. Alright, so I'm going to turn my burner all the way down to low now. I'm also going to put a lid on them, and we'll just let them cook and simmer. Now, what I like to do is cook my grits for a lot longer than 9 to 12 minutes, okay? The longer you cook them, the softer they get. But here's what you have to do. After 9 to 12 minutes, of course, you could eat them then if you wanted to, but I like to cook them a lot longer, and you might need to add a little water. Now, if you add water, just add a little bit at a time, a few tablespoons, stir it around, come back 15 minutes later, a few more tablespoons. So, y'all probably heard of shrimp and grits. In Charleston, South Carolina, a lot of fancy restaurants now serve shrimp and grits. So when they cook the grits, they cook them all day long. And so when you get the grits in the bowl, they're real soft. They're still single. I mean, they don't clump all together. And they're real big and fat and soft and taste delicious, okay? So the only way to really serve southern grits, you gotta put butter on them, okay? There isn't any other way to do it, just butter. And of course, we serve grits with sausage and eggs, bacon and eggs, or whatever. So that's what we're going to have today. All right, so I'll be back in probably 30, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour, and we'll show you what these look like. All right, we'll be back. All right, the grits have been cooking for about 10 minutes, and you can see they soaked up a lot of the water. Now, I want to see if y'all can see the actual cooked grits in there. You see that? All right, I want them fatter than that. So I want them to soak up more water. So I'm going to put in maybe, I don't know, about 3 tablespoons. Just stir it around. Now they will stick to the bottom, so you need to stir them every once in a while. Oh, wait, I'm going to add a little more water, maybe about 2 more tablespoons. Yeah. This is the whole kernel of corn too. That's why you see the little dark specks in there. If you get hominy grits, they usually are just white. Okay, I'll put this lid back on, let them cook longer. We'll be back. Okay, the grits have been cooking for at least an hour, maybe a little longer. And I have added back to the original water, which was just 2 cups, maybe a half to 3/4 of a cup, just a little bit at a time, maybe every 15 minutes. So to serve these, in the South, you usually just serve them on the plate with the bacon and eggs or whatever. I just want to show you, I'm going to put a little bit of butter on that. Just a little dash of salt. Stir it around a little bit. We're going to give this a taste now. All right, let me back off. There, there you go. Okay, so this is what they look like. Now I'm going to show you the comparison of the cooked and the dry grits. Just very good. They're very good. Okay, here's what they look like cooked. Here they are dried. Now this dried amount would probably make double this amount. But can you see the individual little grits in there? And what's in between them is the water and sort of almost like cornstarch. Makes a little sauce in between them. Can y'all see how they greatly expand? Now, here's the thing. I think that cornstarch can absorb, I think 17 times its weight in water. So of course you use the cornstarch to thicken puddings and gravies and whatever. But anyway, grits in the South, some people actually serve grits with dried beans and all kinds of stuff. But of course the most famous would be the shrimp and grits that you get in Charleston, South Carolina, and now other places all over are fixing them that way. But anyway, so that was my video on grits. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope you'll try them. It's just simply dried corn that's been ground up, and it's ground to more of a coarse meal than cornmeal is. So in this case, it's white dried corn. That's what it is. All right, we will see y'all next time.